Hello everybody! This is a snippet from our most recent episode of Nintendo Week podcast where we celebrate the most wonderful moments in Nintendo games. You can find the full episode and tons more on iTunes if you want to check out all of our most wonderful moments, or you can stay tuned here on YouTube for more highlights in the coming week.
So my sort of moment I didn't get to witness is the entire NES era. I mean, I was around for a lot of it, but I wasn't around when it kicked off. I wasn't around when all these new franchises were being born. Because Nintendo was in super overdrive mode in terms of the number of franchises they were making. And a lot of them were using like innovative hardware like the Zapper or the Power Pad.
Or like Rob,
right? There's all kinds of things, and a lot of these franchises are franchises that people don't know now. Like there's Wild Gunman. People know Duck Hunt, but a lot of people haven't really experienced Duck Hunt.
Right.
But in addition to that,
there's Mach Rider, there's Star Tropics,
right,
there's
Mach Rider, Star
Hogan's
Tropics.
Alley, you know.
And they were taking all these risks in a time when no one was taking risks because, you know, the market was in such bad shape.
Yeah. Dozens of new IP. And I think it's that sort of aggressive risk-taking that made Nintendo Magic a thing that could even exist. Because without the creative spirit of that era, we wouldn't have gotten most of the franchises we now associate with Nintendo.
The only ones that we would have gotten, well, I mean, aside from the whole argument that if we didn't have that era, we wouldn't have any Nintendo, but the ones that didn't debut on the NES are what? Star Fox?
Well, it's like Star Fox, Splatoon, Pikmin.
Eternal Darkness. Yeah, Animal Crossing, Pikmin.
Smash Bros. And I'm struggling to think of any others that really left, like the Wii series, but that's even kind of a permutation of stuff from the NES era anyway.
Right.
Like, it's
Yoshi's Island, I guess.
The list of franchises that came out during the NES era and are still around today is longer than the list of Nintendo franchises that have come out since then. It's not, and are still around, of course.
Yeah.
You know, it was an era, too, where Nintendo, despite being very ruthless and business-like kind of in the background, that's not what consumers saw. Consumers saw a bunch of people making games that they loved. And now, while Nintendo still does make games a lot of people love, there's often this sort of cold business-like wall between us and them. Like
how the Dreamland stage, exactly as it appeared on Nintendo 64, costs $3.
Yeah, stuff like that. And not only that, but like the way that they make games, and it's not always obvious that they're consulting the fans. You know, that sort of thing.
Right.
But that whole era was just magic, and there's a reason why Nintendo Mania was a thing, and I hope they can recapture that with whatever they're doing with NX.
Yeah. I think it sort of was reborn a little bit with the Wii.
It was. And people, I think a lot of people are coming around to appreciating that.
Hello everybody, thank you for listening to this Nintendo Week clip, NWC. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to us here on YouTube for more highlights and discussion videos from Nintendo Week podcast, or subscribe to us on iTunes for weekly breakdowns of all your Nintendo news, discussion segments on subjects, games, and more, and tons of other features. Thanks for listening, and we will see you tomorrow with another NWC.